Welcome, everyone, to Cinejake Entertainment, the place where we talk about all things movies, TV shows, music even, whatever we want to talk about in the world of entertainment. I'm your host, Jacob Hall. Listen, it's taken me forever to get a video out to you guys, so here is my 2024 movies in review. 27 movies here, so I didn't see a lot of movies like the big major movie review people, but I wanted to share with you guys my thoughts on these movies. So we're going to start off with number 27, coming in last place, and my goodness, I do not want to talk about this movie long. The Book of Clarence. This was the result of me going to an AMC mystery movie where you didn't know what the movie was. You paid $5 plus tax to see this movie. All I'm going to say is this movie tries to be a biblical fiction kind of story, tries to give you a message, and by the end it felt like a very blasphemous movie, and I love how my mom put it. You felt like you had to go take a shower after this to wash off all of the craziness of it. Coming in at number 26, Madam Web. Do we need to even say anything else? It's Madam Web. It's a Spider-Man-less Spider-Man movie. Next up, 25, which this was a movie I was excited for. And it's a movie called Lift with Kevin Hart and has a couple other people in it. This is a movie that, I'm not going to lie to you, it's a comedy, it's a heist movie. It sounds like everything is there. Kevin Hart's in it. You think, oh man, this is going to be good. Unfortunately, this movie is very long, takes forever to get to the main heist, and honestly, very boring. They put the best jokes in the trailer. Kevin Hart seems, he's a good actor, but seems like he's kind of walking through this one. It just did not work for me. Coming in at number 24, Unfrosted. Now, if you guys don't know what this movie is, I think it was originally under Unfrosted, a Pop-Tart story. This is written and directed by Jerry Seinfeld, aka The Seinfeld Show, or if you're somebody who watched the B Movie for some reason, like me, he wrote and directed this movie, and I was looking forward to this. So Unfrosted is at number 24. At number 23, I didn't expect this movie to be good, but my goodness, the Garfield movie. I actually saw this after I saw Inside Out. I don't know why. The Garfield movie was great just to see it with friends and to just laugh at how dumb this movie was. The saving grace was Chris Pratt as Garfield and Samuel L. Jackson as whatever Garfield's dad's name is. Number 22. Again, this was a movie I was excited for. It seemed interesting. Coming from the same person who brought you A Christmas Carol, who brought you Back to the Future, who brought you Forrest Gump, all these things. Robert Zemeckis' movie, Here. Here is very basically this small movie where the entire premise is telling the story through hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of years of history, and going from the beginning of time all the way through the modern day, where it's this camera that's set in one location the whole time. And it actually felt like a theatrical play that went on way too long. This movie has way too much language. This movie has interesting elements, very well acted, an interesting idea that unfortunately did not work, I believe, in totality. At number 21, a movie that took me a while to see, and many of you probably didn't know this was a thing. You guys remember that children's book, Harold and the Purple Crown? Did you want to see Zachary Levi play in that movie? Well, guess what? They made a movie, and it was originally apparently supposed to be animated, but now it was live action / animated. And it is a movie that, I'm not going to lie to you, I had a little bit of fun with this movie. It was dumb. It had ridiculous moments. It could have been a lot more imaginative. But overall, I had a fun time. Zachary Levi is always great in everything I've seen him in. So, highly recommend. If you didn't watch this is a fun little family movie. But again, it comes in number 21 just because I didn't remember everything about it afterwards. It wasn't that very memorable. Coming in at number 20, Argylle. Now, this one also took me a while to see. I have not watched any of the Kingsman movies. I have not watched any of Matthew Vaughn's other movies, I think, besides X-Men First Class, I believe he directed that one. This movie was fun, except it was also very dumb. there was a point by the end of this, spoiler alert, spoiler. By the end of this movie, one of the main characters puts on blades on her shoes and skates around in oil because, yeah. So anyways, it was ridiculous, but it had some fun moments. And I will say it's a movie that had a twist on top of a twist on top of a twist. So if you're looking forward to that, there's that. Number 19 and number 18 are both fourth movies in a franchise. Despicable Me 4 is at number 19. Look, I had fun with this movie. It was a great time. Had some good laughs. Had some fun times with friends I saw this with. This was probably the last movie I think I saw this past summer when I was still in Michigan. It was a great time. Really enjoyed it. Better than Despicable Me 3? Yes. Is it the greatest movie of all time? No. And I had fun with it, but it still comes in because the other movies I just liked more. Coming in at number 18, Kung Fu Panda 4. Look, this movie is a good movie. I think it's better than Kung Fu Panda 3. Kung Fu Panda 3 I felt like was a lot more sillier than the other two. And this one, it felt like there was a little bit more of a balance. It still leaned silly, but it had some good stuff. Again, it's not as good as the other Kung Fu Panda, so that's why it's so low. And again, I liked the other movies more than this one. At number 17, okay, number 17 is Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. Or Godzilla vs. Kong 2, or Giant Ape vs. Giant Lizard Part 2. Because this movie is just dumb fun. I can't remember everything that happened. All I know is that Godzilla or Kong, I can't remember which one does it, suplexes the other at one point. It's a fun movie. It's a fun time. If you enjoyed the first one, you probably will enjoy this one. It's a great time. Really enjoyed it. Coming at number 16, this is a more recent one I saw, Moana 2. Look, Moana 2 is a good movie. I don't think it's as good as the first one. The songs aren't as memorable. The animation, I still can't believe it, from the first one and the second one. The animation of the water, for some reason, just blows my mind. Nobody, I think, has done it better. Some people say James Cameron with Avatar. Sure, but this is just straight amazing. The beauty in it. A nice little story. There was a lot of controversy I had seen in Christian circles about should you watch this movie or not. I think this movie's fine. If there's certain things, just go watch it for yourself. You be the best judge of character for your kids and what you want them to watch. Number 15, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect this to be high on my list at all. Not even at this point. Mufasa the Lion King. Now, let me give some context. The Lion King, not live action, but Lion King 2019, the photorealistic version, is not a great movie, in my opinion. If you mute it, it looks like an amazing nature documentary. I still am amazed by the animation on this. What they did, though, with that one, they fixed a lot of the problems, I believe, from that one to this one. I actually think this one's a better movie than that one. Why? Because I think they animated the realistic-looking animals. They gave them a little bit more emotion, though, in their faces. I really liked it, and they didn't, I feel like, ruin the realism look of them. I liked some of the new songs. I've always wanted a brother. Like, that song is really fun. But most of the songs are not as memorable. I like you get the origin story of Pride Rock and the origin story of Scar, why he's not called Taka anymore. It's really nice. I like that. Okay. Number 14, here's a Christmas one, Red 1. Look, besides some of the little inappropriate moments and the language, thankfully no F words. This movie is a fun movie with Chris Evans and Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I liked their chemistry in this movie. There's some really fun moments. There's some moments where I'm like, I don't know, this seems like they made this for families, but there's some stuff in there that shouldn't be. And I would agree with that. There's a little too much of certain stuff in there, but I like Red 1. Red 1 is a nice little movie. Number 13, Damsel. Now, if you guys don't know what this one is, I would understand. It's a Netflix movie. They don't market their stuff very well. But Damsel is a fantasy movie with Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things fame. And I'm just going to say this. It was a fun little movie. I don't really have any big problems with it. It's long, if I remember correctly, but it's well done. I thought it was nice. Coming in at number 12, Venom: The Last Dance, the last movie in the Venom trilogy. I'm not gonna lie to you, this was my favorite of all the Venom movies. I liked the first one, I liked the second one, this is my favorite one. I thought they did a better job with this. Again, there's always, like most of these films on this list, there's gonna be language, there's gonna be things you wish weren't in there. There's some things that are like, really, they took that long to go through this whole part? But overall, I really enjoyed it, and I thought it greatly closed out the trilogy. It had some nice emotional moments, too. Coming in at number 11, now these are like top tier favorite movies that came out this year. Coming in number 11, Inside Out 2. This movie is so good. This movie is so good. It's so heartwarming and charming. It's better than the first one in my opinion. I felt like I could relate with the story a little bit more, this idea of anxiety, this idea of needing these emotions. That it was a really beautiful study in that kind of way, and I think it's well done. Coming at number 10, A Quiet Place Day One, the prequel set in New York for the Quiet Place movies. This movie is thriller-like in every way. I saw this with friends of mine from Michigan. This was a great time. Loved getting to see this movie with them, but it scared me at moments. They would tell you that I was a scaredy cat for most of this movie. I don't care. It was still a great movie, well acted. Again, most part, there's not a lot of dialogue, but at the beginning, there's a big moment of language for no reason, but it's a great movie nonetheless. Number 9, If. I need to watch this movie again. If, as an imaginary friend, starring Ryan Reynolds, starring Steve Carell's voice, starring John Krasinski, who's the director of it. Great movie, well done. I think this is probably my favorite of John Krasinski's films, or the second or third favorite behind one of the Quiet Place movies. Just really fun, a great family movie, and well acted. The jokes with Keith, man, they're going to go down in history, some of the funniest stuff ever. So good. And number 8, Transformers 1. This movie deserved better. I saw the trailers for this movie. A lot of people were turned off by the first trailer with its little bit of the comedy. I didn't mind that. I didn't grow up with Transformers, so don't hit the messenger. But I really enjoyed Transformers 1, and this movie was so funny. It had such heart. It was dark. It was rated PG. I think it was very close to hitting PG-13. And the only reason it didn't was because there wasn't enough language. There's still some of it. So Transformers 1, though, a great movie. Chris Hemsworth did a great job as Optimus. Brian Tyler Henry, I think, did Megatron, does a great job. Keegan-Michael Key, I think, does Bumblebee, and Scarlett Johansson does Alita. All of them done a great job. The villain, great. Everybody did a great job. Number 7, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Man, this movie probably was up above all the ones on this list before I saw them, because Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is a great movie. It's probably my second favorite of the Planet of the Apes, of the newer ones. Wes Ball, who directs this, if you liked the Maze Runner movies, you may like this one. If you didn't, this one's actually a better movie, way better than the Maze Runner movies. It's very dramatic, very powerful, a lot of themes about messianic figures, about this idea of taking someone's teachings that they gave, and in a lot of ways taking them the wrong way. Like, there's really beautiful storytelling in here, and the monkeys just continue to look more and more realistic as they go on. Great movie. Same guy who's directing Legend of Zelda, so if you like this one, be excited. I think he's going to do a great job. Coming in at number 6, my goodness, this movie, I saw it twice, and once at a very early screening at a conference I went to, and another one at an early showing on a Thursday night. I didn't get to see it again in theaters, but that is the best Christmas pageant ever. Number 6, Dallas Jenkins, who directs The Chosen, and is directing multiple other things. You can't tell what time period it's in. It's very beautiful story, very wonderful time. I think you could watch this movie any time of the year, but best Christmas pageant ever. Just well acted, well directed, and they tell a good story, sharing the gospel in such a unique way. Go watch this movie if you haven't. It's a great movie. Now we're hitting the top 5. Top 5 alert. Beep, 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 beep. That was dumb. Anyways, top 5. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. I don't want to hear anybody come at me for this. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is a fantastic movie. Look, I almost wanted to put this as number 1, but if I'd done that, I would have heard all the comments. I don't care. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is such a fun movie. The action's better. The humor is really good. The villain of Keanu Reeves' Shadow is awesome. Jim Carrey playing playing Dr. Robotnik, and I think Ivo Robotnik, his grandfather. So good. Did a great job. Loved the story. And you really get a good lesson by the end, a really powerful lesson about being careful with what you do. Ideas of revenge, like you shouldn't do it. Like, it's really powerful, and there's really consequences in a lot of ways too. And I think they did a great job with this story. Coming in at number 4, I know my friends Graham and Ashley are excited for me to talk about this. Wicked Part 1, or just Wicked. Wicked. Look, I love musicals. I love musicals. Wicked Part 1, or Wicked, is such a great movie. Look, I'll disagree with some of the themes of it. I'll disagree with some of the thoughts they have on how life should go. There's a great song called Dancing Through Life that I will never take any of the moral out things that they have from that. But my goodness, this movie was so well done, so well acted, so well directed. The same guy who did this did In the Heights, and it shows. I mean, it's awesome. He did a great job with this movie. Now in the top 3. So I think one of these is going to be clear, like, oh, thank goodness you put that there, because you're probably like, where's this movie at? Dune Part 2 is on here. Look, I got to see this with friends of mine on the road. The first Dune I like, but it kind of felt like the modern day version of Lord of the Rings, where it's very long, it's got beautiful themes, beautiful story, but I get why everybody loves it. I just like it. I liked Dune. I really, really liked Dune Part 2. I felt like any of the pacing stuff or any of the length feelings of the first one, they really gave well thought into it. In the second one, they did a great job. Acting is great. Timothée Chalamet is wonderful. It was awesome. Number 2 is a movie I recently just saw. Rebel Ridge. Now, this movie, it took twists and turns I didn't expect. It did things I hadn't seen. I had to watch this through filtering app because it was rated R. And listen, it didn't take away from it. It just cut out the language, cut out any other inappropriate parts, and I didn't miss a beat. The movie was still fantastic. I wish they released this in theaters. The guy who's the main actor in it, I don't know his name, but he's also, I think he plays Mufasa, the older Mufasa in Mufasa Lion King. He plays one of the characters. And he's also going to be our new Jon Stewart in the new DCU. But coming in at number 1, and I'm going to tell you this right now. All the stuff I've mentioned before, some of these movies, there's some language, too much language at places. This is one of those. There's other things that shouldn't be in there, yes. But my goodness, this movie, it felt like a movie's movie for me. This movie was wonderful, and I can't believe it, but my favorite movie of 2024 is The Fall Guy. Now, if you did not see this movie, I wouldn't be shocked because not everybody saw it. It's a great movie, though. The Fall Guy is so good. It is a stuntman movie. It's based off an old TV show. You have a lot of... It's so cool to see how they did this movie with stunts and everything. Ryan Gosling does a fantastic job. Aaron Taylor-Johnson, great. Emily Blunt, great. Everybody in this movie does a fantastic job. So that is my 2024 movies in review. Thank you guys again so much for watching my 2024 movies in review. I hope to upload some more movie reviews, all that kind of stuff. They're not going to be regular, but if you see it, please go check it out. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there are any movies you want me to review, whether it be older ones or newer ones. I watched all of the Smallville TV show. I might review that. Who knows? In this year, but it has been a great time talking movies. Anyways, with all that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me with Center Jake Entertainment. My name is Jacob Hall. Good night.